Hi, welcome back to another tarot reading. So today we're just going to be looking at the new year of 2025, what's going to be going on for you. Yes, I'm filming this on New Year's Eve. It is literally 65 degrees outside right now, and I was going to film outside because it's literally such a nice day, but the wind is blowing incredibly hard. So now I'm in my car because I was like, you guys are gonna not be able to hear anything I'm saying because the wind is blowing so hard. But that's okay, we're gonna have fun anyway. So I'm mainly gonna be using my Cosmic Slumber Tarot, but I do have some Oracle decks over here as well. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 piles to choose from. This is going to be group number 1, the Octopus. This is the Dreamscape Oracle, by the way. For group number 2, we have the Sea Turtle. And group number 3 is Balance. So go ahead and meditate on which group you feel the most drawn to, and then I have it linked in the description below the timestamp that you can go and click on to find your pile. Okay, group number 1, if you chose the Octopus, this is your reading. So this is just going to be looking into how your year is going to be going in 2025. So this is just going to be a general reading, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest. But I'm just going to be looking into kind of giving you an idea of how the year is going to go for you. I'm going to be using my Cosmic Slumber Tarot. In case you don't know, that is my favorite tarot deck ever, and I own over 100 tarot decks. I definitely love to collect tarot decks. I know that's kind of probably bad of me to have so many decks, because I really don't need that many. But I'm autistic and I love collecting things, so I have a lot of tarot decks. But Cosmic Slumber is my favorite, and so is Ethereal Visions Tarot. So yes, group number 1. What is going on for group number 1 in the year 2025? What can group number 1 expect in the year 2025? So right off the bat, we've got the King of Wands and the 8 of Cups. And the 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, Five of Swords. Anything else that group number 1 can expect? This is the last thing. The Star and the Magician. Okay, so, and I'll show you all of the cards too. So here's the King of Wands and the 8 of Cups. With these two specifically, I am getting like its own separate energy with the King of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So to me, this King of Wands person is a very like masculine energy, very Leo. Whenever I think of the King of Wands, I think of a Leo. So this is like a Leo energy to me that is coming in for you, that is going to help you grow a lot as a person. Whether this be like a romantic thing, somebody that is with you for your career to help, like a business partner or a friend, like possibly a family member, just like somebody that is there to help you realize how great you are. And I feel like this person is there to help you understand confidence as well, and just kind of like take you away from difficult times. Like I feel like they're going to help you feel more secure in yourself, feel more taken care of. I feel like it's been like in the past, you've almost felt like very exhausted from how much you're having to work on yourself and how much you're having to heal and like learn how to love yourself. And I feel like this person is coming in to be like, hey, I'm showing up as the physical manifestation of why you've been doing this and like why you've been working so hard and like now I'm able to come in and like really take care of you and help you. Like I feel like this person, because like even like in this, like yeah, it's like the torch that he's holding, but it almost looks like a bouquet of flowers. And so I feel like it's like this person is coming in and being like, okay, I'm offering you like all of the love that you've been giving to yourself. I'm the physical manifestation of that love, and now I'm going to give it to you too, so that you can also have an outward and like physical person giving you the love that you deserve. because I really feel like you've been working really hard on yourself to the point where it's like exhausting, because it's like they're looking towards each other, and this Eight of Cups person is like climbing up the mountain, trying so hard to get to that place of love and understanding and connection, and then this King of Wands is looking at them, and it's like I feel like the King of Wands is at the top of this mountain just waiting, and you are like the Eight of Cups climbing up this mountain going to find them, because you really have been working on yourself. And with the Star and the Magician, like I feel like your manifestations are finally coming true. You're finally feeling like yourself, you're feeling confident, because like with the Star, I guess I should cover this for YouTube's sake, but she's naked, and I feel like with her being naked, like this is vulnerability, and it's like you're finally able to feel confident and understood and happy in your vulnerability, and have somebody like see you vulnerable and see you like break down your walls, and they're proud of you and they love you in that energy as well. And like I feel like this is this is part of like what you've been manifesting as well. Yeah, to me the Star is very, very confident. There obviously, like the entire year isn't going to be completely perfect. I feel like with these three cards, the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Four of Cups, this is a little bit more the negative energy. I do see you having to work really hard to achieve your goals. Maybe in your career setting, like you are wanting to start your own business, or you're embarking on like a new business adventure, or like some sort of career path, like trying to work your way up in the company or something like that. But I do see you working very hard. I don't think it's bad per se, but it's work. It's hard. Like it's not easy for you. And with the Five of Swords, there may be some people and like friends that feel kind of neglected through you working really hard, of feeling kind of like a separation with other people, and like a lack of communication or like miscommunication with other people. Because like they're both kind of like trapped by the swords, and like they're not really reaching each other and being able to communicate properly. And so with that Five of Pentacles, I'm kind of seeing that of there being some sort of miscommunication, maybe with friends in your life, where you're not talking to them as much, or like spending as much time with your friends because you're working really hard. And now like the clock is 2:22, it's 2:22 right now. So that's just like a little extra confirmation of that. Yeah, that maybe there is some strain in your relationships because you're working really hard on different things. And with the Four of Cups as well, I feel like maybe people are trying to reach to you and be like, hey, like spend time with me, I want to see you, spend time with me. And you're like, I'm really busy and really overwhelmed. I feel like, yeah, like I do feel like you're going to be working really hard, and I do think at times it's going to be kind of overwhelming. Even with the Five of Pentacles, like that's not the best Pentacles suit. Like it's working really hard and then like not really feeling great about it. I don't necessarily see that like your hard work is going to be for nothing, especially like with this really positive energy here with the King of Wands. Like this person is going to help you a lot and like really be grounding for you. And so I don't think that you're going to be alone through all of this. And I don't think that this I mean, it could be between you and the King of Wands person, but I don't necessarily see it being between you and the King of Wands person. Like I feel like the King of Wands is going to be very grounding for you. They're going to be somebody that you do spend a lot of time with and connect with. But yeah, I do think that there is going to be some sort of miscommunication and feeling overwhelmed in possibly your friend group situation, or like with friends and possibly family. But at the same time, that King of Wands person still, I do really think is going to be a grounding person for you. Let's take a look at this deck. This is my Whispers of Healing Oracle cards, and see what they have to say. Any Whispers of Healing for group number one? What does group number one need to hear about the year 2025? We have Get Clear and Compassion. So I feel like you need to have compassion for yourself. I think with the Get Clear card, there's going to be a lot of like fuzziness in your head in terms of what is the right direction to take. I feel like you're going to feel kind of confused as to where you are in your life and like what direction to take, where to go from here, like how you can feel like the best version of yourself, how you can feel like the most safe. Like it's going to be a little bit unclear for you. And so I think that you need to find ways to ground yourself, whether that be having compassion for yourself and understanding for the fact that you're doing something new. I think that like with the Magician coming out before for the reading, I do think that there's going to be a lot of new opportunities that you've been manifesting coming into your life. Like a lot of things, excuse me, that you've been really wanting and looking forward to, I think are finally coming into fruition. But it's difficult because you've never had it before. And so it's kind of like, whoa, this is new. I don't know what to do. I've never dealt with this before. I don't know how to get through this. And so I feel like it's important to have compassion for yourself for just like in the smallest degree, the fact that this is something that's new for you. To be like, okay, I've never done this before. Of course it's difficult. Of course I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. That's okay for me to not know what I'm doing. I possibly see this being like a new relationship. Like maybe you've never been in a relationship before, or you've never been in a healthy relationship before. And so, or like this type of relationship before. And so suddenly it's very confusing, and like possibly you even get a little defensive at times. Like, I don't know what to do about you. Like, you're kind of stressing me out, the fact that you care about me so much. Like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what to do about that. Like a little defensive. But still have compassion for yourself, because, and realize that like if you were pushing somebody else away or feeling like you liking me and caring about me is weird and I don't like that, like get away from me, that is because you have insecurity, and that's okay. But it's important to work through that and have compassion for yourself and know like, hey, I am a strong person. I am a powerful person. I have so many good qualities. I am so smart. I'm intelligent. I'm like confident. I know myself. I know that I can get through this. I know that I can do this. I know that this person cares about me. Like, I think that that is a big thing that the universe is wanting to give you right now, is somebody that you can feel grounded with, somebody that you can feel connected to, that's going to take care of you and help you feel safe and cared for and loved. Like, I really, really, really see you feeling very loved and taken care of in the year 2025. Let's look at this deck next. This is Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. I don't know the meanings of all of these cards, so I may struggle a little bit or have to read from the guidebook, but we'll see. What advice does group number 1 need to hear for the year 2025? What is going on for group number 1 in the year 2025? Sorry if my voice sounds a little nasally. I don't know, but I am getting over a cold, so I may be a little nasally. What does group number 1 need to hear? What is some advice or messages for group number 1? Okay, we have 2 cards coming out. Okay, so we have Earth, Nurture, Nature, and Full Spectrum. So with the Full Spectrum card, I'm feeling like you are feeling complete, if that makes sense. Like, you feel like you are finally coming into a space where you were all of the aspects of yourself, where you were feeling your emotions, you're feeling your intellect, you're feeling your logic, your spiritual side. Like, you're feeling like each of the things, like each of the different points of your body and the different aspects of your soul are activated, if that makes sense, in the year 2025. Like, I feel like you were using your spiritual gifts, you were feeling connected to yourself, you're feeling divine, you're feeling like elevated, you're feeling yourself. I feel like it's very confident to me, and that's beautiful, because I feel like, especially with like that 8 of Cups coming out in the beginning, you have been fighting for this. You have been wanting this for such a long time. You've been wanting to get into this energy where you feel the full spectrum of who you are as a person. And in 2025, I feel like that is happening for you. You're finally able to connect with that aspect of yourself and feel divine and feel, yeah, just like feel like yourself. Like, I feel like there's this aspect of like, you've struggled with your identity in the past and struggled to really know who you are as a person. And so in the year 2025, you finally know who you are, and you're confident in that, and you're able to show others who you are, and people are blown away by your magnetism. Like, I feel like you were very like, I don't know, like, it's just a very beautiful energy. And then with Earth, I almost am getting like this imagery of a person like laying on the ground, and they're just like there for thousands and thousands of years, laying on this ground, like as the plants kind of like grow over them and they become one with nature. And that's kind of the imagery that I'm getting. And so I feel like that is you going back to your roots, but not even the roots of like, my God, the wind is blowing so hard. I don't know if you guys can hear that going on in the background, but it's blowing so hard. Especially with it being warm all of a sudden, I'm like a little scared for a tornado, but we'll see, I guess. But anyway, I feel like with this Earth card, and like that imagery of like you being one with nature, I feel like it's you going back to your roots. You're finally feeling like, it's like your inner child roots, but in the safe aspects, if that makes sense. Like, not the parts of your inner child that you need to like heal and like love up on and stuff like that. It's like the part of your inner child that felt free and felt like they could be themselves. Like, you are finally feeling like you can be yourself, and you're feeling connected to all of the parts of you, like all of the past parts of you, past life parts of you, the divine parts of you, like literally every aspect of who you have ever been. I feel like you're finally feeling connected to. It's very, very intense, but in a very good way as well. Like, I feel like you just feel happy. Like, even though there is like miscommunication with your friends, I feel like you're still happy. I feel like you are finally feeling grounded. You're feeling like you're yourself. And it's almost like if people don't understand that, it's okay. Like, I don't even see like this miscommunication with your friends or like feeling disconnected from your friends being a bad thing, because I feel like you're going to feel so happy and so connected to yourself that they'll be happy for you too if they're your true friends. And so, yeah, like I really just don't see it being a bad thing, because you are just like so connected to yourself and to your soul. And I think that this King of Wands person helps a lot with that too. I feel like there's like so much like inner healing that you've had to do, so much work that you've had to do on yourself, that when this King of Wands person comes in, it's like, okay, wow, like I see why I've been doing this whole time, because I was waiting for you to come into my life. I was waiting for you to manifest. And so now that they have manifested in the year 2025, like I feel like you're like, oh, like this is really nice. I feel really happy. Like I feel very connected to myself and very elated. Next we're gonna do my dream decoder deck and see if there's any other messages. There might not be, if I'm being honest. Even like as I was grabbing this deck to leave, I was like, I may not need this. So we'll see if something comes out. Is there anything that group number 1 needs to hear about their year of 2025? Anything for group number 1 in the year 2025? Okay, something did come out. Being lost, losing something. I really don't like that not all of these are the same. Okay. Dreams about being lost or trying and failing to find something or someone are obviously anxiety related. In waking life, you may be feeling confused or directionless, or that you don't fit in or aren't up to a task or situation. The dream should prompt you to take an honest look at your life to identify what's causing such feelings. If you lose someone you know in a dream, perhaps he or she represents aspects of yourself you feel you're losing touch with. Losing keys or a phone may symbolize a sense of exclusion. If the lost item is precious or indispensable, it can stand in for a broken or interrupted relationship. Perhaps you need to give yourself time to grieve, let go, and heal before you can move forward. Dreams of abandonment tend to have similar meanings, since loss is often perceived as abandonment at a deep psychological level. So you can pause if you want to read through this. I feel like with this card coming out, it's like when you first start interacting with this King of Wands person, like I do think that some fears of abandonment are going to come up and some insecurities, because I feel like this person is like so much what you need and like almost like kind of perfect for you and like exactly what you've been looking for, that you're like, oh, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like something is going to go wrong. Something bad is going to happen here. Like this is just like, I'm just waiting for something to go wrong, because something always does, or something always has. And so this card is a reminder that that is just your inner battle to deal with. The fact that you are expecting something to go wrong is just your perception of the events. That doesn't mean it's the reality. Just because you think something is going to go wrong does not mean something is going to go wrong. Because I really feel like this King of Wands person is here to help you. Like they are here to love you. They're here to ground you. They're here to show you things that you've never known you could experience before. Show you love that you didn't know that you could experience before. And so when you start to feel lost within yourself, or feel confused, or feel like you don't deserve this, remember that that is just in your head. That's just your anxiety speaking, trying to protect you. Because in the past, you have been rejected. In the past, you have been lost. You have been abandoned. And so, of course, your body and your brain is going to try to protect you from that happening again. And so now, you just get to say thank you. Thank you, brain, for showing me that this is something that I can work through. Thank you, brain, for protecting me and wanting to protect me and keep me from being hurt again. Thank you. But I don't need that anymore, because I know that I can be safe, because I trust myself. I trust the healing I've had. And I know that everything is going to be okay. I know that I can get through this. I know that this is for me. Yeah, I feel like that's just your reminder to feel safe and know that you're safe. Because you are. You really are safe. Like, I feel like this person is a gift for you. This person is meant to heal you and to keep you grounded and loved. Next, I'm doing my Animal Spirit Oracle. Is there any last message for group number 1 for their year 2025? The Starfish. Okay, also Swan was wanting to come out. So with the Starfish and Swan, I feel like this... I'm trying to decide, because I'm like, I can't tell if these are both you, or if the Starfish is this King of Wands person and the Swan is you, or vice versa. I can't really tell. So maybe you guys are mirroring each other to an extent. And so I feel like this swan, like, I feel like this is just you being so beautiful and confident that it's like everybody just wants you. Especially this King of Wands person. Like, I feel like this King of Wands person, I don't feel like this is somebody that you know yet. But I feel like when this person comes in, when they see you for the first time, they're gonna be like, holy shit. Oh my God, look at pile one. Whoa. Like, they want you. They will do whatever it takes to get you. I don't know why that's the energy that I'm getting from these cards, but that is. Yeah. I think that that is all that I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hi, group number 2. If you chose the sea turtle, then this is your reading. So let's just go ahead and get into the tarot and kind of see what is going on for you in the year 2025. I am using my Cosmic Slumber Tarot. This is my favorite tarot deck literally ever. I own so many tarot decks, and for me to say that this one is my favorite, that really means something because I have a lot. I am autistic and I love to collect things and tarot cards. For like, I think like 2 years, I literally budgeted for it and every paycheck to buy another tarot deck. Like, it was a lot. I was buying a lot of tarot decks. You don't need that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be like me, but that's what I was doing. And so I've got a lot now. So for me to say, hey, this is my favorite deck, you know that means something. But yeah, let's get into it for group number 2. Let's see what is going on for you in the year 2025. Okay, we've got the High Priestess coming out. The Ace of Wands. 2 of Swords. And the 7 of Wands. I don't think anything else wants to come out, but I'll shuffle a couple more times just to see if anything else wants to come out for 2025. Okay, there were 2 cards. So we've got Queen of Wands and Death. So, oh, and then there's 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So, with this one, group number 2, number 1, I feel like you were like really stepping into your energy with the High Priestess here and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is like a very powerful woman. She's very creative. She's very ambitious, full of passion, full of love, for like very like confident. Like, that's a really great card to be representing your energy, as well as the High Priestess. Like, I feel like you were like really feeling confident, really feeling like you're coming into yourself. You're spending a lot of time doing self-care. Like, I see you reading a lot of books, or like working on like researching things, your intellect. Like, you are like learning a lot of information, taking in a lot of new information, or reading for pleasure, honestly. But yeah, I feel like there's just like some sort of like self-care that you're doing this year, because I feel like things have been really difficult for you lately. And so I feel like this year is you starting over and being like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I am not staying with this old energy anymore. I am not going to be feeling this way. Like the 7 of Wands to me a lot of the times is like conflict that is like not real, and like it's literally all in your head of like you're like having all of these like this like beef with people, beef with like whatever going on in your energy, but it's like literally all in your head. Like, it's not even real beef, or like there's no like basis for this beef. Like, you've kind of just like done it And so, but I feel like you're over that. You're like, I'm over being annoyed with everything. I'm over hating my life. I'm over feeling rejected. I'm over feeling like I don't belong, feeling like I don't fit in, or feeling like I don't have my people. Like, you're just done with that. And so I feel like you're prioritizing yourself, prioritizing getting what you want, and deciding like, I am not going to be closed off anymore. I am not going to keep good things from me anymore. And so with the Ace of Wands here, I feel like it's like, okay, yay, you're doing it. The universe is like clapping for you. They're like, oh my God, finally, we've been trying to get you to just believe in yourself. Sorry, that tingle was annoying. We've been trying to get you to believe in yourself for the longest time, and you've been like not doing it, and we're so happy for you. Like, thank God you're finally coming into this energy. You're finally feeling confident. And I feel like it's like, sorry, that didn't even show. With this two of cups on the back of the deck, this could be like a love connection coming in for you. But I also feel like it's you accepting every part of yourself and accepting who you are as a person finally. And you're not taking any more bullshit from people. You're not taking any more negativity from people, or like self-destruction, self-hatred. Like, you're like, that does not serve me. I'm not doing it in 2025. I am not doing it. Like, I'm sick of this. I'm not going to sit here and feel insecure all the time, or feel like self-pity, or feel like, I'm going to make my dreams happen. I'm going to figure out what I want. I'm going to figure out my goals, and I'm going to go do it, because you're sick of waiting around for somebody else to come and sweep you off your feet and do it for you. You're like, no, I'm doing it. This is for me. This is my year. Like, you're finally feeling confident in yourself, and the universe is like, hell yeah. Sorry, I can't snap. But yeah, the universe is on your side. They're like, hell yeah, you're doing this. You got this. This is my Whisper of Healing Oracle deck. So let's see if there's anything. That was too much. For group number 2 in the year 2025. Group number 2 in the year 2025. What can you tell us? What can we know? I do want this card. Control. That's funny. Yeah, I feel like you were letting go of control. Flow. This is what it says, flow. Okay, I was like, what does that say? I cannot read cursive. At first I thought it said love, but I was like, that is not love. But maybe I was meant to see love and also flow. Because I feel like you are learning how to love yourself. You are learning about what that means and what that looks like. And then with the control, also, my first thought with seeing this rainbow going on here was gay. And so if you are queer in any sort of way, I feel like you are finally accepting that aspect of yourself and like embracing it fully. Maybe you go to Pride for the first time this year and like are just like literally being yourself. And if you're not queer, like maybe that message isn't for you, and like in the very least is you just like embracing who you are. But yeah, I feel like this is just you accepting yourself at the fullest and like accepting every part of you, every aspect of you. You were like, yeah, this flows. This flows. This is going to work for me. This is going to go. I'm not resisting anymore. I'm doing this. I'm loving myself. I'm taking care of myself. Everything is flowing how it's meant to. I feel like you were very, very much so working on your confidence this year, and it's working. Like, I feel like you are becoming more confident, and you are feeling more self-sufficient and more in love with yourself, in love with your life, in love with everything going on around you. Like, you were feeling very connected to yourself, and that's beautiful energy. And we've got Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. Because I feel like things really have been difficult for you lately, especially in terms of confidence. Like, I feel like you've really been struggling to feel confident in yourself. But it's like, it's not even going to be something that you have to work super hard for this year. Like, I feel like it's going to come naturally to you because you're naturally just going to be so fed up with not being confident. And you're like, you know what? I'm the fucking best. We have water, the overflow. Like, I literally feel like this is you overflowing with love for yourself. Like, so much self-love. because literally look at this woman on this card. She is beautiful. She accepts all aspects of herself. She feels so fulfilled. She feels so loved. She feels so like beautiful. Like I literally am like just so inspired. And there's like this heart in the middle of her chest. Like she's literally just overflowing with so much love, but she's also like so divinely guided. You don't have to be a woman, obviously. But yeah, that's just like a really beautiful imagery on this card. And like even like these lotus flowers, like I feel like you're like opening up to yourself. The roses up at the top, like you're opening up, you're feeling more love, you're feeling more grace, you're feeling more like acceptance for yourself, like you're trusting your intuition more. It's interesting that fire is on the bottom of the deck too, because I'm like, that's the opposite of the water. But I feel like that is kind of exactly right, because I feel like it's like every aspect of yourself, like the parts that are deemed beautiful by society and the parts that are deemed not so beautiful by society. You were accepting all of it, you were feeling all of it, you're trusting all of it, and like I feel like it's just so much compassion for yourself that's really beautiful. And then vulnerability is underneath that. Like I feel like that's a big part of it too, is that you are becoming more vulnerable and you're allowing people in, you're allowing people to see you for who you really are, which is like a really big part of feeling love for yourself, is being able to know that people are gonna love you, like that other people are gonna love you. Because sometimes that honestly does make it easier to love yourself, is when other people love you, because you can be like, oh, someone else sees this in me, maybe I can too. And so I do see that as somebody being able to show you as well. Like I don't think that you're gonna be alone this year. I think that you're gonna have a lot of people really showing up for you and showing you what you deserve. Next is the Dream Decoder Oracle that I've got. Let me show you the front of the deck. This is what the box looks like. What do we need for group number 2? This one. Being at school. Dreams of being a pupil at a school or some other place of learning usually relate to lessons you need to learn in your waking life, perhaps a basic principle or skill you've forgotten. There may be an opportunity to learn something new that you've either missed or need to pay more attention to. Have you learned from past mistakes, or are you repeating them over and over? If you're a child in the dream, this might suggest that you need to bring some childlike simplicity to a current situation. Complications in your waking life may not be as difficult as they seem. If you're a teacher, mentor, or lecturer, the message of the dream could be that you need to be your own guide and inspiration. Perhaps the answers you're seeking can't be found by asking other people. True guidance must come from within. I'm going to hold this up here so you can pause and read if you need to. But yeah, I think that you need to realize, number one, that you can be your own guide, that you can inspire yourself, because this love comes from within. And also that maybe you can nurture your inner child a little bit. I think that nurturing your inner child is going to be a huge part of you learning to love and accept yourself again, because your inner child is you. That is you at your purest form. You before all of the hurt came in and made you feel like you weren't enough. That is the aspect of you that you need to go back and heal. That's really going to get you to this energy of feeling so much love for yourself. Which again, I do think it's going to come kind of naturally, but you know, maybe a little bit of work too. Then we're doing my Animal Spirit Oracle and see if there's any final messages that want to come out for group number 2. We have Gazelle and Peacock. Yeah. I feel like in the past you've been a little timid and kind of scared of people, scared of being yourself, scared of like fully embracing your energy. But with the Peacock here, it's like you're like spreading all of your feathers. You're showing everything. Like you are fully embracing who you are. You're showing all of your colors, you're showing all of your emotions, that vulnerability card that came out before. And I think that that vulnerability is really what's going to help you this year. It's really what's going to set you apart from who you've been in the past, is fully embracing yourself and being who you are. Because I feel like in the past you've struggled to be who you are. This is funny, on the bottom of the deck with the stingray again with this rainbow coming out. Like, I'm like, are you gay? Which of course that's okay. But yeah, that is really all I'm seeing for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey. I hope your 2025 is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, pile 3. This reading is for you if you chose this card, Balance. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be using the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Sorry, my location has changed, if you can tell. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I had to go somewhere else. And so now I am here for your reading. This is my favorite deck also, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. I've said that in literally every single pile, that this is my favorite deck. It's so pretty. I'm going to show you all of the cards for it, but this is what the back of the deck looks like. I love it. Okay, group number 3, what is going on for you in the year 2025? So we've got the 7 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. What is going on in the year 2025 for group number 3? 4 of Cups, I'm sensing already just like a lot of uncertainty of you trying to figure out where your place is in life. Like you're trying to learn how to communicate better, set better boundaries, stand up for yourself better. You're learning how to be like your most authentic self. You're learning what a lot of things mean to you. You're learning about what your goals are in life, what you're wanting out of life. This is like a big upgrade year for you. This is where you're kind of coming into yourself in a positive way and being being able to, oh my god, why did this like mess up everything? I feel like that's like a little symbolic in a way of like you're able to kind of go with like the challenges that are faced that seem to come out of nowhere and are very sudden, but you're able to handle them very well and kind of figure out like where you need to go. The 10 of Wands coming out. I feel like 5 of Swords. I'm not gonna lie to you, this seems like a kind of like transitional year where you may be having to figure out like almost like forced into, I don't want to say forced into it, but like the universe is definitely like putting a lot of things on your path so that you're able to heal. And I don't think that it's going to be easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely am sensing some trials and tribulations coming your way that are definitely going to help you kind of figure out yourself. We've also got Judgment coming out. And I feel like that's just kind of reiterating what I was saying before. We've also got the King of Pentacles coming out here. So I do think that like in the very least, I think that you're going to feel good in your career and in your finances and in like you're just going to feel more stable and grounded. I think that that is definitely a really positive aspect of the year for you. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles coming out right next to that, and so that could be some sort of partnership happening. It came out with the 9 of Swords. I'm kind of feeling as well, like if you've been dealing with some sort of toxic relationship or toxic situation where like somebody in your life has not been good for you, I feel that coming to an end and you're able to figure out kind of a better idea of where you stand. Like I think that you're going to have a lot more clear ideas of boundaries. You're going to be able to stand up for yourself with the 8 of Wands coming out. I definitely am seeing you moving forward. And like things kind of coming into a better place. The 4 of Wands is a celebration card. So I definitely, like, I see you, maybe the year starts off a little bit more rough for you, at a rough pace, or maybe like the ending of this year too, and like transitioning into that is kind of like coming from a rougher standpoint, but I do see it coming into a better place where you're able to like really move past a lot of the more negative things that have happened for you. Like I think that you are moving forward. You're moving through, Justice is on the bottom of the deck, and I think that that is also you being able to stand up for yourself and have justice for yourself. Like you're able to see like, hey, you are not treating me how I deserve to be treated. Like this situation is not what I've been wanting. This is not what I want for my life. I'm not doing it anymore. And so I think that you're able to kind of come out of these toxic situations, even if it's not like a romantic situation. It could be like a friend or family member that has been very toxic to you in the past, but either way you're able to kind of move forward through that and start to feel more confident in yourself and more aligned with yourself and more like kind of like taking off the pressure, I would say. Yeah, I also got the 9 of Wands, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. And so I feel like these things are happening in your life for a reason, for you to learn these specific lessons so that you're able to grow and you can start having the manifestations that you're wanting. And then the Ace of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Wands is always like a thumbs up from the universe. It's like the things that you're wanting are finally happening for you. You're starting to feel like more passionate, more connected, more safe, more like grounded. And so I definitely think that things are going to start picking up for you kind of like towards the middle or end of the year. But it may start off at a rougher point of just like kind of having to go through some things that may not be expected or what you're wanting, but you do get through it. And I think that that's really the important thing here is like, even when bad things do come up, you're able to get through it, because there's always going to be bad times in life. Even in tarot, like the major arcana is basically just taking you from start to finish of different periods of your life, and you are going to have each card come up at different times for you and mean different things, and they're going to come up time and time again throughout your entire life from the start to beginning. Like, life is a cycle. And so I think that like in the beginning of the year you may face part of that negative cycle, but you're able to make something positive of it and come into a better time. Like it's like the spring after the winter. Like things die but they're rebirthed. They are able to come into a better spot. And so that is like the positive thing for you. I know that's like not super great to hear that like you're gonna have a hard time, but I do think that like at the end of the day you're going to grow. And I think that these negative things are kind of meant to happen for you so that you are able to grow and able to come into a better space. Next I'm going to use my Whispers of Healing Oracle deck and just kind of see some messages or other information about the year 2025 for you, group number 3. Let's see what is wanting to come out from this deck. I've got kindness. I feel like this is a really big direction for you to be kind to yourself. Even like in this, it's like this older, wiser male that is a tree basically, but like is handing, I think it's a dandelion. Yeah, no, that's a daisy, whatever, a flower to this little kid. And so I think that that is kind of like you being kind to your inner child, especially, and kind to these like aspects of yourself that were hurt in the past, and being able to, I've got breathe on the back of the deck, And so I think that it's important for you to remember to breathe and be kind to yourself and take care of yourself and nurture yourself, because it isn't going to be easy. And so when things come up that aren't as easy, it's important to remember that you can feel safe and that you have power within yourself, and that like you are capable, you are strong, you are intelligent, you can get through this. And things will look up eventually. Like, I don't think that it's going to be the sort of thing where you look back, like New Year's of 2025 going into 2026. I don't think it's going to be where you look back on your year and you're like, man, that year sucked. I think it's going to be very mixed. Like, I think that there's going to be some like negative aspects of the year, but also some really good things that have happened in the year. Like, I see you being able to feel safe at different points and being able to remember what that's like to feel safe and connected to yourself, because it's a really, really beautiful thing to feel connected to yourself and to feel like you're able to give back to yourself. And I got unconditional love coming out. I think that these lessons are going to teach you how to feel unconditional love for yourself, and how to feel really safe within yourself. We've also got strength coming out. And so yeah, I really do see you being strong. Like, I think that you were able to overcome a lot of things and feel so good about yourself and so good within yourself and feel that unconditional love for yourself, because you know that you were getting through this because of you. And like, you're really able to see yourself for who you are and like feel so much love and adoration for yourself, which is such a beautiful thing. And so like, yes, there will be difficult aspects to the year, but I think it's really good that you're going to be able to like work through that and feel unconditional love for yourself. That's so important. And I think that that is something where a lot of other people are going to really value that about you as well, and like see how you're able to give that to yourself and be able to recognize that and be like, oh yeah, they do deserve that. They do deserve that unconditional love. Like, I'm going to treat them like that too. And so I feel like you being kinder to yourself is also going to set like the standard for how other people are going to treat you. And so if there are like toxic people in the past that have not been treating you right, they're either gone because they don't have the capability to treat you how you deserve, or they're going to learn how to treat you better. And I do see people coming in for you that will know how to treat you and will treat you how you were meant to be treated, because you have set the standard for yourself. You're having boundaries. Because I'm really seeing it starting off of like, you're in some sort of toxic situation where you're not being treated fairly. You're not treated how you deserve to be treated, how you want to be treated, how you like see for yourself that you deserve to be treated. And I see you being able to like rise above that and set the standard for other people to see and for yourself to see, because that's where it starts within yourself, of you being able to recognize, hey, this is what I deserve, this is what I'm going to get. And so then everybody else is able to see that as well, and they start treating you accordingly, because they're like, oh yeah, group number 3 is not going to take this bullshit anymore. They're not going to take it, so I'm not going to treat them like that, because I don't want to face the consequences of my actions when group number 3 tells me and shows me that they're not going to stand with this anymore. So in this deck, this is my Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. I've got unique gifts. And so I definitely see, I think that in the past, you may have been kind of viewed as like an alien or somebody, like an outcast, somebody that's different. And could have possibly been ridiculed for that, and kind of like through the way that people have treated you in the past have kind of made you feel less than because you're different. And so in this year 2025, I feel like people are finally going to start recognizing that you have unique gifts, and these things that make you alien are actually the things that make you beautiful, and the things that make you worthy and amazing and a light. And so then we've got this card coming out, Soul Star Chakra, merging with the divine. I feel like this is you stepping into alignment with who you truly are as a person. Like, I feel like you're blossoming. Like, by the end of the year, I feel like you're not even going to recognize yourself anymore, because you've blossomed so much. And on the back of the deck, I've got our ancient future. And so I feel like it's kind of like tying in who you were in the past and tying in who you're going to be in the future. And like, those are the parts of you that are merging and finally like coming together to the point where you're able to blossom. You're able to be like this amazing version of yourself where you feel so connected to yourself, so connected to the divine, so connected to your inner child. And you were able to honor. That's funny. I was flipping through the deck just to see if anything else would come out. And it was the card that was on the back of the deck. So now we really know that this one wanted to come out. But yeah, like I feel like you're able to like truly connect with yourself. And so that's a really beautiful energy to be in. Oh, and transformation was on the back of the deck. So yeah, I think that you were definitely transforming in the year 2025. Like these difficult things that you're going through are not going to last. And they're going to turn you into the best version of yourself. So don't be afraid. Like, please don't be afraid of this year, what's going to happen. Like, ultimately, it's going to be so good for you. Next, I'm going to pull from my Dream Decoder Oracle deck. We'll see what else wants to come out for you in the year 2025. Okay, so we have two cards coming out, being at school and disasters. Being at school came out for group number 2 as well. But this one says, dreams of being a pupil at a school or some other place of learning usually relate to lessons you need to learn in your waking life. Perhaps a basic principle or skill you've forgotten. There may be an opportunity to learn something new that you've either missed or need to pay more attention to. Have you learned from past mistakes, or are you repeating them over and over? If you're a child in the dream, this might suggest that you need to bring some childlike... Can you hear that? Somebody's car alarm is going off. Okay, it stopped. Complications in your waking life may not be as difficult as they seem. If you're a teacher, mentor, or lecturer, the message of the dream could be that you need to be your own guide and inspiration. Perhaps the answers you're seeking can't be found by asking other people. True guidance must come from within. If you want to pause and read that. Yeah, this is funny because this card literally came out in the last pile, but I feel like this means completely something different for you. Because I really am feeling like you, number one, you have the lessons within yourself. Like, I feel like if you truly look at your life and even like what you teach other people, like what you bring to the table, what you've been able to teach other people in the past, I feel like you're going to be able to learn something as well. I feel like you at your core are a healing person. Like, you have a healing energy. It's like you just go about life and you're able to heal people naturally. Like, you're not even trying. You may not even know. You may not even realize, but you're just like healing people. And I think that you need to take a look at that of yourself as well and like really reflect on the things that you offer and the things that you were able to do and bring to the table, because I think that you will be very happy, like pleasantly surprised by what you find you're capable of doing. Because I think that you kind of underestimate yourself and like you kind of treat yourself like you don't know what you're doing, or like you are kind of like dumb, or maybe that's how other people treat you. And I'm like, you need to realize the power that you actually have, because you actually are really incredible and you actually have so much to offer. And so it's important that you realize that. And then we've got the disasters card. So this one is dreaming of any kind of disaster, whether natural, earthquake, flood, fire, or man-made explosion, bomb, accident, can be extremely unsettling. However, such dreams are not typically precognitive. They are more likely to suggest fears or anxieties or something that you feel is out of your control. Perhaps you're anxious about your future or your peace of mind, or possibly you're worried about your health. Alternatively, you may be going through a personal change that is making you feel uncertain about your direction in life. If the disaster has many victims, maybe your unconscious is telling you it's time to stop following the crowd. That's a big one. Stop following the crowd. Be your own person. I think that you were born to be a leader, and you're going to figure that out this year. It's going to feel like it's actually true this year, where you feel like you're a leader. An avalanche may suggest you feel burdened down with responsibility or emotional pressure. Fire may suggest passion. Perhaps your emotions are rampaging dangerously. An act of terrorism can reflect social insecurity, the feeling that others are not to be trusted or can't be understood. So if you want to pause and read. Yeah, I feel like you're anxious about your future. Even just listening to this, you could be anxious about your future. Like, holy shit, I'm about to have a shitty year. Like, I don't want that. But it's really not, like, that is not what this year is going to be about. This year is going to be about you learning, overcoming, and becoming you. Like, you are going to become your truest self. You're going to become who you were meant to be, who you've always been meant to be. Like, you're going to feel so much better, so much more certain, so much more, like, inspired and happy. Like, I feel like you're going to come out of these anxieties and these fears just such a better person, like so much stronger. But it's not even that you're better, it's that you realize that this is who you've been all along. Like, you recognize yourself finally, you see yourself finally, you know who you are, instead of just taking things, taking the punches, taking what people have to say about you. You finally see it in yourself of who you really are, and then you start demanding that of other people to treat you how you deserve to be treated. And it's not even something where you're being like rude demanding. Like, it's like you naturally just start demanding better treatment because people are like, oh, they're not going to take this anymore. I can't do that anymore. And so I truly am like, this is going to be such a transformative year for you. And then last but not least, I'm going to use my animal spirit oracle and see if there's any last messages that want to come out for you, group number 3, for the year 2025. We've got the vulture. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of how you see yourself right now. Like, you see yourself as kind of like ugly and like creepy, not really like I'm thinking of oh my god, what movie was that from? I haven't watched a Disney movie in so long. Like, I want to say it's Jungle Book, but I feel like it's not Jungle Book. I can't think of it, but there are like these vultures that are like up in the trees that are like watching everything happen. Maybe it's Sword in the Stone. Is it Sword in the Stone? I can't remember. That's so embarrassing. I haven't watched like I literally grew up on these movies and I can't remember. That's so funny. It could be neither, but maybe you know what I'm talking about, of like that one Disney movie with the vultures. I'm like, is it Dumbo? What are these random movie titles that I'm thinking of? I really can't remember. Whatever. But I feel like I feel like the way that you look at yourself right now is like incapable and like not able to be like smart and funny, intelligent, inspiring. Like you don't this was a good card to follow, but you don't see yourself for who you are. Like, you're just like this creepy bird that nobody wants, that nobody wants. But you're the owl. You're unique and rare, and when people see you, they're like, oh my god, whoa, I've never seen an owl before, that's so cool. And you're wise, you have so much knowledge, you're so like intelligent. Like, because I think of I think it's Adventure Time, the cosmic owl, of like literally like, and like, yeah, owls are kind of like a bad omen sometimes, but I'm not getting this energy from you of like, this isn't a bad omen in this case. But like the cosmic owl in Adventure Time is like this just like super like cool badass owl that like, again, I'm pretty sure it's a bad omen when he shows up in your dreams, but like is still really cool. And like, I think that it's like, I can't remember, it's been so long since I've watched Adventure Time, but I think it was like, whenever they like saw the cosmic owl in the dream, that it was like something really big was about to happen. And so I feel like for you, it's like you're finally recognizing who you are as a person, and like, but something really big is about to happen. Whether it be negative or positive, either way, it's going to transform you. It's going to take you from vulture to owl. It's going to take you from feeling hatred for yourself to knowing how fucking badass you are. Why do I keep getting birds? Because now I'm getting the hawk falling out. Like, I feel like this is kind of like you being like, because like the hawk I always picture of like oh, like if you have like a small pet or something, don't leave them outside, like a hawk is gonna come and swoop them up. And so, but in this energy, I know that these sounds like such bad things that I'm saying of like to describe these birds, but I promise, like in my head they're good, because I feel like this hawk is like the energy that I'm envisioning for you is being like just very strong and being very capable, that people are like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with them. Like, I'm not gonna mess with group 3 because I know that group 3 is not gonna settle for this anymore. Group 3 is not going to take this anymore. Group 3 is strong now. So group 3 is the one that I'm afraid of, instead of group 3 being the one that I bully, the one that I shame, the one that I am mean to. Group 3 is not doing that anymore. Group 3 is the one who I have to be afraid of, because group 3 can do it themselves. You can do it yourself. You can feel empowered in yourself. You can feel strong in yourself. You can do that for yourself. Nobody can take that from you. And you're learning that this year. You're learning boundaries. You're learning how incredible you are, who you are as a person. You're learning that you're strong, that you're capable, that you're independent, that you're wonderful, that you have so much to offer the world around you, that you are a healer, that you have healing energy. Like, that is when you look back on your year of 2025, that is what you're going to be like, oh yeah, I really stepped into my power this year. I really learned who I was. I learned how to stand up for myself, because the way that you learn how to stand up for yourself is you're put into a bad situation and you're like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take that. And you stand up for yourself instead. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm not choosing that. That's not for me. I'm not claiming that for my life anymore. And so that's what you do. That's what you do. And I'm really proud of you. I think you're going to do incredible in this next year. And so please let me know, like, come back in a year and tell me how it went for you, because I'm so curious how it's going to go for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.